I've made this really easy for myself and for herself is now that this is laying like this, she doesn't really have to oppose gravity. So like on your older patients who you're wanting to work with their feet, anyone who you're having a hard time control here, there's basically 3 different levels I work with here. So this would be the easiest from a standpoint of them being able to support themselves. Then we do like a second level, which would be come support yourself on your elbow. Perfect. And then the third one would be up on the hand. So obviously the more she opposes gravity, the more I have to battle this. So it just depends on the patient. You know, like if you have an older patient and you just need to get some activation going there and you don't feel like dealing with this right now, then just lay them on the table and you take that out of the equation. You can still get a ton done. Okay, so knees bent a little bit. So we definitely want to see some dorsiflexion in the ankle. So if you can imagine that there's like a plane of glass where my crutch is, we just don't want her knee to be over those toes. But I do think it's important, we want the foot to be fully loaded. So if you don't have enough dorsiflexion, that's also a problem, I think, also. So you want to be sure you have them kind of in the right position. Okay, so now we are going to show me that foot that we just worked on. Spread them. Yep. And then one more cue. That works really, really well. If you ever have someone who's struggling, don't let me push your arch down. Don't let me push your arch down. Meet my resistance here. Meet my resistance. That is like another money one to get the arch to do what you want it to do. Okay, a little more bend here. So I have the right activation of the foot. Now I need pressure. So I need, right here, I need you to be able to maintain that for me, because that's really important to be able to activate the right muscle I want in the back of the hip. And now here's her PSIS, here's her hip. I'm like on the back of her hip joint here. And then what I'm imagining is I'm loading back through her femur, through her foot here. And then, so what she needs to feel is I want 99% of your weight out here, not here. So this is a contralateral pattern, obviously. And now, usually I just use the command, meet my resistance here. And then, so this is where I'm always monitoring intra-abdominal pressure. So I have the foot right, I have intra-abdominal pressure, and we have huge activation here. And you can see too, you'll start to see vastus medialis.
Bro, will you cue the
Make
lateral?
your toes go long.
Will you cue the lateral knee too on this?
Yeah, I'll get there. Yep. So ways to, let's say you want to amplify the reaction. This is obviously a contralateral pattern, so this is stepping forward. I can block her going forward. Go ahead. And then, not possible right now, but what I do, like if I want to block this too, I mean, of course you could just hold your arm up like this. We can find a way to just offer some resistance here, go forward. Keep your pressure. But a lot of times I'll do this, and then I'll take my leg up here, put my heel there, and then I can block all of this at one time. It looks insane. It's a bad look for the office, but.
So she's a rock star and can hold her head in the proper position for someone else.
You just put it down. Go down. That's what I was saying. Like this is the easiest. Yeah. So you can take all this out. Did she have her head up? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, she's
okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
Looked great.
So yeah, we can just have the head down if that's an issue, you know. But but as you can see, this is also a really good place to also work. Obviously, we're having and I'm not there yet, but we can have a huge influence on this shoulder blade. We can activate the deep neck flexors here. You know, there's so many things that are available to us in this exercise. Hand me that TheraBand.
It's tied off.
Oh, it's tied off. Is
There's
there
some
one?
behind.
Like, I have one in my bag over there. Behind. Here.
We got one.
BYOT.
Totally.
Your break.
To get back down. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna put that on the table first.
And now trap this underneath your elbow for me. Okay. So then, and I've done this, I do this in the office for sure, but I've also, like, patients who are good at this can do this. They can get this set up at home. It's relatively easy. So again, she's in a higher position, but that's okay. Let's just roll with it. So you can see how now, get your foot right. Lift, spread, little bit of a dome. Excellent. And then now, keep your first metatarsal down. You can just kind of come out a little bit here. So this, Dave, is an example of when I am using a little bit more external rotation of the tibia. So then without me, she's having a great workout, you know, so that's what's cool about, let's say. Yeah, way to be a stud. So like you always have to monitor this. Like you keep coming back to intra-abdominal pressure because that's like what they always kind of drop the ball on. Be a cat.
Missouri.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Almost beat Kentucky last night. Almost only counts in shit fights though. All right, so that is okay. One more thought though. You might have got a little too much hip flexion here. So the reason this isn't like a hill to die on, except for the fact if we get too much, then we start to flex the lumbar spine. And if a lot of times, like if you see people do this, which is a common mistake, I think, then a lot of times you'll see too much anterior pelvic tilt. So for right now, all I want you to work on is the first position we did, which was all the way flat. Don't get ahead of us, just lay completely flat on the table there. Go for it. And then I meant to just do that. That was quite disrespectful. So now we're here. And then, so we'll hold the arm up like this and then get the foot right. So remember the cues, lift, spread, down, dome. You got it, excellent. Make sure we have good intra-abdominal pressure. Perfect. And then that's it. So the left arm it's the same thing we talked about yesterday in the 3-month model, which after this I'm gonna show you how to influence a shoulder blade. But I want the crease of the elbow to cut her ear in half, and the wrist should be in line with like the VAC joint. And then that's it. We want to be sure too, like she's put her shoulder in a good position. Go protracted for me. They're bad position.
Can't do it.
You know, this. We don't want to, which is common, like your patients, like they're just hanging out there, so it's easy for them to do this. The other huge advantage of this position for most of us is we don't need like a crazy wide table to pull this off. Like that's the other awesome thing about this position. Like if you took away this and those like get up things that we did yesterday for the hip and shoulder, and that was it, those 2 things, wait till you see your next week of practice. Like the results that'll come from just those 2 things are just literally crazy. Cool.